This is YouTube Joseph WM, walking with prehistoric microbes, episode 4, first animals. Alright, maybe again, yes, let's begin. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the early animals, including the worms. So there's so the worms. These are our ancestors from the time they're like 3 inches long. This is 565 million years ago in the Ediacaran period. And then there's jellyfish. Some animals we know today, sponges, in addition to most of the animals, are all long extinct, including the Dickinsonia, which is about 3 inches to 3/8 of an inch to 3 foot 3 inch long, or 1 to 100 centimeters long, and lived in the late Precambrian it was a possible Placozoan. Forget what that means. Lived in Australia and Russia. And then also, was now Australia and Russia. Sorry, I didn't show you. Here it is. Here, oh yeah, and then also there's, other animals like the Charmia, which is an unclassified animal. It's lived in the late Precambrian from 6 inches to 6.5 feet long, or 0.15 to 2 meters tall. I meant tall, not long. Lived in what is now England, Australia, Canada, and Russia. It's this thing moving. Oh, sorry. It's this thing moving. And then, there's this animal. Sorry, just ignore that. Which is called Spergina, which is unclassified, also from the late Precambrian, 1.25 inch long, or 3 centimeters, and lived in Australia and Russia. It had segments all over its body. Spergina was a segmented animal with what appears to be clear head and tail. Alright, so in this story, the Sperginas are, the Spergina was born, and then it was born, and then sorry, just ignore that. And then it grew up. It was born. Oh, let's start. It was born. Now it's go back to when it's where no one knows how Sperginas reproduced. I don't think anyone knows. Let's just assume they laid eggs or budded. No, I think it's more likely they budded, which means which that would mean what corals do. They part something. The organism asexually grows as a part. It grows as a part of the parent and then breaks off. And this is probably how they evolved. They were it's probably how they began its life. And and then it grew up. It was an Erlup. We're going to call it an Erlup, a baby spaghetti or any baby early animal. Erlup, and then it was a youngster, after let's assume they lived like 2 years. After like a month, after like a week, they were a youngster, I mean. And then after 3 weeks, they were adolescents. Just ignore that. After 3 weeks, they were, youngsters. Well, after 3 weeks, they were juveniles. And then after, the youngsters between 1 and 3 weeks, then after 3 weeks, juveniles. After 10 weeks, after 7 weeks, they were, adolescents. And then after, that's when they ended their adolescence, and then they were adults, and then they were, and then you get the idea. These animals swam in the ocean and probably ate them. Actually they lived they had bilateral symmetry at some point in their life cycle. And they probably ate stuff. I don't know what they ate. But then also, there's other animals in the seas, including this guy, this animal, which is Halotua, a possible protozoan, late Precambrian, 4 to 6 inches longer, 10 to 15 centimeters tall. I meant not long, and lived in Canada. And then also, no, we did that already. And then also, here's Anaspa, which lived, which was a possible Nigerian. But we're centered, in case you're not aware, in what is now New York. It could be anywhere in the ocean of the Ediacaran. It's a possible Nigerian. Lived in the Lake Precambrian, just ignore that. And was 1 to 16th of an inch to 2 inches long, or 0.1 to 5 centimeters. And then lived in Canada and the British Isles. And here's the shallow seas. Now there's not much going on in the Ediacaran. Did I mention this animal? Oh yeah, I did. And then there's not much going on. Oh, sorry, just ignore that. That's not supposed to happen. These animals are the primitive ones. They're primitive. And then there's also but on land there's nothing really this whole time. Up until now, nothing has lived on land except for maybe up like 2.5 billion years ago, before today, for when you watch this video, there was probably some bacteria on land or in fresh water, ever since like 2 billion years ago, or 1.5 billion years ago, but there was definitely nothing complex. Till now, there's starting to be the first algae-like plant, the first algae and fungus-like life, the first plant and fungus-like life on land, but all animals remain in the ocean. Alright, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Next time we're gonna be in the final episode of of walking with prehistoric microbes. We'll enter the Cambrian seas. See you then. Bye. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. Bye bye. Bow chicka wah wah.